Hello and welcome to All About Accountancy, where we convert your accounting problems into solutions. I am your host Professor Tanmaypvttutor, and today I am back with another episode of Source Documents. As you all know, Source Documents is a series in which I explain you the meaning and the purpose of source documents which are maintained by business organizations. I will also teach you how to draw some of these source documents. Today's source document is a memo. Now a memo has two meanings. If two or more colleagues are having a written conversation, then those written documents are also called memo. But today I am not talking about those memos. Today I am talking about a memo, which means a bill or an invoice. I am sure all of us have seen what a bill looks like, right? So whenever we buy goods from a shopkeeper, do we make a bill and give it to the shopkeeper, or does the shopkeeper make a bill and give it to us? Exactly. The shopkeeper makes the bill and gives it to us, which means that the seller makes the memo and gives it to the buyer. Now a memo will differ from transaction to transaction, and a memo has two types. It could be either a cash memo or a credit memo. A cash memo is a memo which is issued in case of cash transactions, that is if you do on the spot payment. However, I will issue a credit memo if you are not making on the spot payment, that is if you are entering into a credit transaction. A cash memo and a credit memo almost look the same. But in case of a credit memo, there are some additional information which are given at the end of the credit memo. A cash memo is similar from organization to organization, but a credit memo varies from organization to organization. A cash memo may have minute changes, but overall a cash memo is the same everywhere. However, in case of credit memo, there are major changes from organization to organization. Now, what is the importance of a memo or a bill? It's very simple. A memo or bill will let you know what you have purchased, how much you have purchased, what is the rate of that product, what is the total amount that you are supposed to pay, what are the taxes that I have applied, etc. etc. So a memo is a written document which acts as a proof for your purchase or sale. A memo is always created in duplicates, and many times it is also created in triplicates. When it is created in duplicates, one copy is retained by the seller and the other copy is given to the buyer. Again, let me repeat, a memo is created by the seller and not by the buyer. The buyer receives a memo, whereas the seller gives the memo. Today I am just going to show you how to draw a cash memo, because as I told you, a cash memo is almost similar everywhere. However, a credit memo varies from organization to organization. So, without any further ado, let us see how to draw a cash memo. Now, like every source document, the first step is always to draw the three sides of your source document. So, I have drawn the three sides of the source document. Now, the next step is also similar, that is to write the name of the organization who is going to prepare this. So, I have to write the name of the seller and the address of the seller. So I have written ABC Limited, Mumbai over here. This is the name and the address of the seller. So you are supposed to write the entire address, whatever is given in your question. If your question is silent, be as simple as possible. After this, I am going to write the name of the source document. So I am preparing a cash memo, so I will write cash memo over here, again in bold and underlined. After this, my next step is to write the number of the memo and to write the date, which is again similar as in other source documents. After writing the number and the date, we are supposed to write the name of the buyer and the address of the buyer. This step is skipped by many, so if you skip this step, it is not a problem, but as far as possible, try to write the name of the buyer over here. So I have written over here XYZ Delhi, the name of my buyer. So after this, I have to make a box over here, the box of contents. Now the table of contents includes the particulars, quantity, rate and amount columns, which will describe your transaction properly, like what have you purchased, how much have you purchased, what is the rate, what is the amount, etc. etc. So I have made a table over here. So I am going to write particulars, quantity, rate and amount. Particulars, quantity, rate and amount. So let us assume that XYZ Limited has purchased notebooks around 50 and the rate is 30. So the amount will be 1500. 50 into 30, 1500. And gel pens, around like 100 gel pens of 5 rupees each. So which will be 500. So my amount over here is 2000. Now this is not your net total, this is your gross total. So I am going to write gross total over here. Now why is this gross? Because after this I am going to apply any taxes if applicable, or I am going to reduce some discounts if I want to give any discounts to them. But let us assume that ABC Limited is not giving any discounts, but ABC Limited will have to collect some taxes over here. So whatever the taxes are, you are supposed to write all the taxes separately. Now for simplicity of the document, I am going to apply only one tax over here. So here I have taken a tax which is 10% of the gross total. So 10% of 2000 is 200. Now I will add this. So I will get 2200, which is your total. And here I will close this. After this I have to write this amount in words as well. So I will write amount 2200 only. And underline this. Now we are very close to ending this document. After this, there is something very important that you are supposed to write, which is called E and OE, which means errors and omissions expected. Again, E and OE, which means errors and omissions expected. Now whenever I am making this document, it is possible that there is some mistake in this, or there are some omissions in this. So if you write this term, you can make any corrections in the future to this bill. However, if you do not write this term, you will have to tear the entire cash memo and make a new cash memo. So this term is very important. So I am telling the opposite party that there might be some errors and omissions in the memo, and if there are any, then please bring the memo to us. We will make the rectifications if needed. If this term is not mentioned, I have to literally tear the memo and make a new memo. So this term is very important. And after this, the final step is to sign the document, because without a signature, a document is incomplete. So the signature would be over here, SD. And who is making this document? ABC Limited is making the document. So I will write over here for ABC Limited, and I will close my document. So that's how you make a cash memo. Write the name of the seller, cash memo number, date, name of the buyer, then make a table which would describe all the goods that you have purchased, the taxes, amounts, quantities, everything is to be mentioned in it. Then whatever is your total amount, write the total amount in words. After that, write the term E and OE, which is the prime of this document. After writing E and OE, you are supposed to sign the document, and the signature will be for ABC Limited, that is, it is for the seller. At that note, we have come to the end of today's video. If you have understood today's video, then please like it, share it, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so that you never miss a new upload. I upload videos every Wednesday and Sunday. If you have any queries or suggestions, the comment box is free for you to use. See you in my next video. Till then, this is Professor Tanmay Kesarkar signing off. Good luck and take care.